While Izzy watches, Galanta sacrifices a little girl, releasing her blood onto the rock. A shape begins to emerge, flowing out of the rock until a man has formed. As the man speaks, Izzy is horrified to realize that Galanta has released Santanas Gabrielle, the mad War Faery, from the stone he was imprisoned in 12 years ago. Now, continue on to find out what fate has in store for Izzy in Fairy Forged. Chapter 1. The bad news is, there is no good news. Silent screams sounded in my head as I struggled against the bedsheets. Wet with sweat, the material wrapped my legs like a cocoon. I tore and pulled until first one leg and then the other escaped their silky prison. Then I collapsed back on the bed, my breath coming in hoarse rasps and my heart thundering, as if about to burst from my chest and race around the room. I stared at the ceiling without seeing it. Instead, what I had just witnessed played through my mind like a horror movie stuck on loop. Do something. I blinked until my vision returned and forcibly relaxed my hands. One by one, my fingers released their death grip on my sheets. You have to do something. Scrubbing tears from my cheeks, I threw the covers back, clawing through my wardrobe for fresh jeans and a t-shirt. You have to tell Rachael. I threw my clothes on and shoved my feet into sneakers, giving up on the laces the third time my shaking hands failed to tie a bow. He'll know what to do. I took the stairs 2 at a time and burst into the kitchen. Grams sat at the kitchen table, a cup of tea in one hand and a spoon in the other. My familiar, Scruffy, sat at her feet, staring hopefully at her lunch. "Who died?" she asked. I poured through the contents of my bag searching for my car keys. She put her spoon down and peered at me. "Izzy, what's going on?" I turned my bag upside down and shook it. The contents rained onto the floor. The keys were not amongst them. "Isadora Scrumpleton." Graham's voice would normally have stopped me in my tracks. The fruit bowl. Throwing the bag on the floor, I pushed past her to the fruit bowl and snagged my keys out from under a bunch of bananas. I bent to retrieve the bag, whacking my head on the corner of the kitchen table. Black clouded my vision, but the pain was nothing compared to what I knew. Graham stopped me as I was shoveling my things back into my bag. "You can't drive like that." "Santanas is back." I wrenched open the front door and sprinted to the car. Scruffy jumped onto my lap and over to the passenger side while I fumbled with the keys. The third time I dropped them onto the floor, I had to concede that perhaps she had a point. My hands were shaking too much to turn on the ignition. How was I going to drive safely? Grams wrenched open the car door. "Move over," she ordered. She waited while I slithered to the other side of the car and then slipped behind the wheel. Plucking the keys off the floor, she deftly inserted one into the ignition. "Show off," I said as the car roared to life. "You know this for sure." She drove out the driveway and headed up the main road, her foot flat to the floor. "Yes." I put my head in my hands. "It's all my fault." "You can't blame yourself for not being able to stop Galanta." Grams pulled into the other lane and raced around a car doing the legal speed limit. "Oh, yes, I can." I shook my head vehemently, fighting the nausea that crawled up my throat. "Last night, while I was saving Aethan, I released Santanas' soul." We were silent for the rest of the drive to the border guard barracks.